Couch fam, welcome to my week 16 waiver wire video. Just this week and next week is left for the fantasy football season. To be honest, not a lot of great players to pick up, but I didn't want to leave you hanging. I do have pickups for every single position and they are ranked. Of course, we do have defenses and kickers, so some of this will be more like a news segment, so we don't get complacent and take that L. We got to finish off strong. Stay tuned, be into it, don't give up, don't fall asleep at the wheel. Just let's finish up really strong here for the end of the season. Let's go on to the quarterbacks to add. All right, so like I said, not really anybody you're going to add in a normal league, but if you're in a deep super flex league or a specialty league, you do want to note on these type of things. Starting off, Aaron Rodgers will not play this year. That's the news. He's not going to play as far as Jets news is concerned. Mason Rudolph is expected to be the starter this week, not Trubisky. Kenny Pickett is likely going to be out this week. For the Texans, CJ Stroud is going to start this week, but if he can't go, if he's not cleared to go, look for Case Keenum to get another start. Texans with a W week 15, so Case Keenum is going to start again if Stroud can't go. Will Levis seem to suffer a significant injury. He may push to play through it, but I don't think he will. Don't know about that, though. That's more of a guess. If he can't go, Ryan Tannehill will be the starting quarterback for the Titans. And now, again, the Falcons, most depressing, disappointing team when it comes to fantasy and probably real life, too. This team just literally has zero fantasy value. You can't even pick up and start the kicker anymore. Their defense sucks. Their quarterback, you don't even know if he's going to play or not. He sucks. Bijan sucks. Algier sucks. Drake London sucks. Kyle Pitts sucks. And most of all, Arthur Smith sucks and is the most hated man in America right now. At least in our fake fantasy land, he is. So Desmond Ridder might get benched. If that's the case, Taylor Heineke would get the start. Zach Wilson is in concussion protocol. If he's not able to clear concussion protocol, Trevor Siemian would get the start. And that actually has more of an impact if we were in a deep league and desperately needed a defense this week. Let's say we were rolling with the Cowboys or Dolphins, and you don't really want to roll with those guys this week. You know, they're playing each other in big shootout game possibly. Maybe you go with the Commanders defense, right? I think Trevor Siemian is a significant downgrade from Zach Wilson, so that's more of the case. Like, Garrett, we got Garrett Wilson. We got a lot of characters in this movie here, this script. And so that's more likely what we're going to do. Not necessarily going to be starting Trevor Siemian week 16 in fantasy or even Zach Wilson. And then my last guy would be Drew Lock. Kind of a no-brainer here. Geno Smith is probably going to play. Now, if he is fully healthy, he is the starter, according to head coach Pete Carroll. So if Geno Smith is 100%, I do expect him to start. For some reason, if he has a setback or anything, Drew Lock did just fine. And they beat the Eagles to a W there. So Drew Lock with a big win. They got two good quarterbacks there in Seattle. For RBs, Keaton Mitchell out for the year. That is terrible news, but what does that mean? Gus Edwards is again thrust into that RB workhorse role. Technically a workhorse. When you say workhorse, when you're talking about Gus Bus, you're probably talking about 15 carries, something like that. They are going against the Niners, but still, Gus Edwards should be added in every league, even if as a bench stash. And then after that, we basically have handcuffs and flyers. So we got Chase Brown looking like an explosive backup RB to Joe Mixon. Zamir White, basically a must-add or even a pretty good start if if he is thrusted again into that starting role, maybe Josh Jacobs is out another week. And then we're just going to list the rest of these. Tajay Spears, Roshan Johnson, Chris Rodriguez Jr. If Brian Robinson misses another week, I don't think he will. Melvin Gordon's going to get called back up and be a Ravens running back again. Then we got Kenny Gainwell as a stash. Justice Hill kind of as a stash or a flyer or a best ball guy. Trey Sermon could be the starting running back for the Colts, but Jonathan Taylor is nearing a comeback, and Zach Moss is going to try to push through his arm injury and play. And then we got some guy named Tyler Goodson, who would probably be number 4 on the depth chart behind JT, then Moss, then Sermon, then it would be Tyler Goodson. For wide receivers, nothing really here that's going to separate you or that you don't know, but I did my best. We got Noah Brown, who's probably added in all your leagues already. Heck, you may have started him, according to Sully's start-sit article last week. Jonathan Mingo, Tyler Boyd, Romeo Doubs, Demario Douglas, Patriots rookie wide receiver, Joshua Palmer, Josh Downs, Curtis Samuel, Rashid Shaheed, Wan'Dale Robinson, Demarcus Robinson on the Rams. Also wanted to point out that Michael Pittman did suffer that pretty big hit. Hopefully he's okay, but that's one reason we do have Josh Downs on here. Michael Pittman was ruled out the rest of the game after that huge hit he took by the Steelers safety. For tight ends, same type of deal here. We got Hunter Henry as the best tight end, but he got hurt. Don't know if he's even going to play this week. Tanner Hudson of the Bengals. Tucker Kraft, all he does is catch touchdowns, baby. Yay. Cade Auden, Gerald Everett, Pat Freiermuth, Jonnu Smith, Michael Mayer, and Tyler Conklin. I don't even know if we can put Tyler Conklin in here. I you know what? For some reason, I'm just feeling bad about this. I don't know why. I feel like we're just going to delete him. All right, moving on to defenses. I kind of like the top 5-ish. Right around here. 4 to 5, yeah. So tier 1 is kind of the top 4. Tier 2 is number 5. And then it starts to get kind of risky, iffy. And then it's kind of unpredictable, but I did my best here. So you do want to go get the Bills, Eagles, Broncos, or Packers defense if you can. That is my tier 1. That's kind of the elite tier. I love those defenses, and they are available in most leagues. At least the Broncos and Packers are. Eagles are going against the Giants. Giants don't put up a lot of points. They haven't in like the past 5 years. Bills going against the Chargers. Easton Stick there. They're a total mess over there. And number 5, we got the Bengals going against a Steelers team without really a good quarterback. I mean, Kenny Pickett wasn't that great, and if he's out and Trubisky sucks, Mason Rudolph's not that good, I kind of like the odds there. And for number 6, I got Commanders purely if Zach Wilson is going to be out. I think Trevor Siemian sucks really bad. And I think the Jets have officially thrown in the towel now. I think their season's kind of over. So they're going to be maybe like seeing what they got in certain players, or I don't know. It's starting to get to that messy situation now, but I did have them, but it's a risky start. Like this could be much lower. This could easily be like number 11 on this list. And we do have the Jets defense at 7, Steelers D at 8, Seahawks D at 9, Colts D at 10, Texans D at 11. And for deeper leagues, we have the Bucks, Rams, and Patriots defenses. For kickers, I didn't include an exhaustive list here because a lot of these guys will be tough to predict. For instance, one of the best kickers in the league, the most talented kicker, is Kiami Fairbairn. He's on the Texans. I can't really predict that game. They're going against the Browns. Like literally, dude, like look at this. This list last week, these two teams, right? The Browns are on their 4th quarterback. Their running back's injured, Chubb. And the Texans are on their 3rd quarterback. And they have a lot of injuries like Tank Dell, Will Anderson, CJ Stroud, so on and so forth. Their running back got replaced. Essentially, Dameon Pierce is basically the backup, and Singletary's the man there. So there's so much going, and Nico Collins was hurt as well. Dalton Schultz is back, but like just a lot going on. I don't know what's going to happen in that game, right? That's why I don't have them. Also, the Browns kicker, very talented, very consistent as well. So, like, I just didn't include them. Like, those guys are good, but there's a lot of other options. And if you include guys like Justin Tucker here and the Cowboys kicker, Brandon Aubrey, that's going to be a list of 9 kickers. I have 7. So that pretty much should cover your basis. Like, there are better kickers, but like I said, it is kind of impossible to predict after a certain point. So my tier 1 is going to be these top 4 options. That's going to be Tyler Bass. I'm actually very confident in him playing in a dome against the Chargers. The Bills have been a very good team and much more reliable, much more balanced, much more smarter. They're making a lot less dumb mistakes. Actually, I don't even remember the last like really dumb mistake the Bills and Josh Allen has made since firing their OC. I do remember James Cook balling out this past game. I do remember them using a lot more running backs since they fired their offensive coordinator. You see Latavius Murray scoring a touchdown. What's his name? Ty Johnson involved on a couple of fast plays. So, yeah, it's really changed, and they still have even though a lot of injuries, they still have a decent defense. So I do like the Bills kicker, but really not a big difference between him, Harrison Butker, Jason Sanders, and Jake Elliott. We know the Dolphins are going to score points. We know that the Eagles are going to be a good team this week, and I really do like kickers going against the Raiders, especially if it's the Chiefs versus Raiders. Jake Moody is number 5. I still like him and Tucker. These are 2 really good teams. Could be the 2 best teams in the entire league. Something like that. I mean, the Niners, I think, is the best team in the entire league. And the Ravens are maybe the second best team in the AFC. Something like that, maybe behind the Dolphins. I don't know. They're both pretty good. They're both really, really, really good teams. I mean, they're definitely ready to go to the Super Bowl. At number 6, we got Evan McPherson. In that game, we kind of went over that, the Bengals-Steelers game. And at number 7, we have Jason Myers. Pretty good matchup against the Titans. Yeah, I do like these kickers a lot. And I do think you should be able to get one of these top 4. Hoping you will. It kind of depends on what league. There's some leagues that absolutely hate Tyler Bass. He's always on waivers. And in some leagues, like, he was never dropped. So it just changes from league to league. Really, you never know. Especially with kickers. Like, that's the one where it's like, if it's like 50% rostered, you have no clue if they're going to be available in one of my viewers' leagues that's watching this video. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this video. If you have a question, drop a comment. I read every single comment. Make sure you like, subscribe. We also have a second YouTube channel that's called Fantasy Couch Podcast. Subscribe to that as well. Good luck this week. One more week to go, and then we're in the ship. Good luck. Let's win a couple of leagues. All right, guys, take care.